Honourable Senators, I wish to draw your attention to the presence in the gallery of a Ukrainian governmental delegation which is visiting Canada on a study tour on mental health. They are the guests of the Honourable Senator Kutcher, and on behalf of all Senators, I welcome you to the Senate of Canada. Senator Kutcher.
Thank you, Speaker. Colleagues, today some of us met with the delegation from Ukraine who are here working on improving mental health and mental health care for those who live in Ukraine. And let me just tell you, we were really impressed, really impressed. They can learn from us, but we can learn from them. Russia's war on Ukraine, now in its third year, is an invasion of a sovereign state by a member of the UN Security Council. Yes, in direct contravention of the international rule of law. It is supported by autocratic, kleptocratic regimes, such as China, Iran, and North Korea, who see Western failure to effectively respond as an invitation to join in. The atrocities perpetuated upon innocent civilians include rape, torture, and murder, the bombing of homes, schools, hospitals, and places of worship. Today we learned that schools are being built in Ukraine underground, to protect the students. There's the famous double tap perfected by Russia in Syria, where a hospital is bombed, and then when the first responders arrive to save lives, they're killed by a second strike. This is happening while some Western nations wring their hands about escalation and demand that Ukraine not use the weapons that it has to properly defend itself. I have family in Ukraine. They live in fear of the nocturnal attacks. They worry that Russia will strike one or more nuclear reactors. They dread the upcoming winter and the loss of power. No water, no heat, no light. They worry that when their children go to school, that they may not come home. Or if they do, there may be no home for them to come back to. Colleagues, can you imagine what toll this unrelenting uncertainty has on mental health? Add to that the grief from losing friends and family. Add to that the wounds visible and invisible of those who have been fighting. Add to that the theft of children and their forceful removal to Russia. Add to that the realization that some in the West actually support Putin and his megalomaniac dreams of a genetically pure Russian empire and seem willing to abandon Ukraine in its hour of need. Colleagues, I'm often asked about how best to intervene in improving mental health outcomes in Ukraine, and I have one answer: end the war rapidly. Give Ukraine the military supplies and the tactical green light it needs to do so. What we need now is Ukraine's victory over Russia. As Canadians, let's do all that we can to make this happen as quickly as possible. Dziękuję, merci, and thank you.